Welcome all of you. I'm Anandita and this is welcome to my channel of Paul's 10th board maths for ICSE. Okay, so as you know, this is my second channel and in this channel I shall be uploading videos exclusively for ICSE. Okay, so ICSE 2026 is what we are looking forward to right now. So here in this video I shall be taking up 10 PYQs. Okay, 10 PYQs from recent years and I shall be doing 10 sums all from different chapters. So see to it that, all the sums, because every sum is a different type. So see to it, because these have high probability, this might not come exactly, but this type can always come in the exam. So see to it that you know this sum. As I explain each and every sum, I shall be explaining the topic also to some extent. Okay, the concept behind that sum will also be explained along with that sum. So don't miss the explanations. Please watch the video till the end. Let's start. Here, this one is clearly from similarity. I don't have to tell you that now. Now I don't need to tell all that. Now the question is this: AC is equal to 24. This is, so put it down in the figure. You must copy it down from the question paper to your answer sheet. EG, that is an 8. GB is a 16, GB, this is a 16, and BF is a 30. Prove that triangle GED is similar to triangle GBF. Triangle GED is similar to triangle GBF. Okay, you have to prove these two triangles are similar. Firstly, these are vertically opposite angles, clear? And also you can take either this and this angle. I am taking these two because these two lines are told to be parallel. They have already told these two are, these three, all this CA, ED and BF are parallel. So now we can say alternate angles, these two are equal and here vertically opposite. How do we write? Angle EGD is equal to angle FGB, vertically opposite angle. Okay, and then angle EDG is equal to angle GFB, that is again alternate angles because of parallel lines. If you just write this much, it is enough. Okay, you get your marks. Therefore, triangle GED is similar to triangle GBF by AA. If you just write AA, more than enough. Okay, for similarity. So first part is done. We are done with the first part. Let's do the second part, which is find DE. They want us to find this length. Okay, how do we find this length? Now already these two triangles are similar. Okay, so already these two triangles are similar, so it is not difficult because similar triangles, the ratio between corresponding sides in similar triangles are equal. So here there is one set of, the opposite, this is 8, opposite the equal angle is 16. So if I simply write 8 by 16 means opposite this in the smaller one, opposite the same angle in the bigger one, that is corresponding sides. 8 by 16 is equal to, now if I write the other angle that is opposite the vertically opposite angle ED, I somehow have to include ED or DE in the sum because I have to find its value. So ED I did, and opposite the vertically opposite angle, that is a 30. So now I can easily find this is half. So ED is equal to 15. Okay, if they have given the unit, put the centimeter. If they have not given, you don't have to put. So ED is equal to 15. Let's see the other one, which is find DE is to AB ratio. DE is to AB. Now where is AB? DE, find, this is not DE, find DB. DB is to AB. Now we have to see these two triangles CAB and EDB, these two triangles. So what we will do is we'll again prove similarity between those two triangles. Okay, so how do we prove similarity between angle EBD is equal to angle EBD. That's common. Okay, that is common. One angle done. Second one, you can take you can take these two because these two lines are parallel. Angle BCA is equal to angle BED, that is corresponding. Okay, therefore triangle BED is similar to, now here when I am writing that, I am keeping watch that I am writing them properly, BED. Okay, so next one, again the angles have to match, means angle B is equal to angle B, angle E equal to angle E is at angle C, so I have to put C, I can't put A. Okay, remember this naming system in similarity. Okay, so sometimes what happens, they just give you a name like this, two triangles, they are similar, they'll give you a statement. Which are the equal angles you should know, because angle G is equal to angle G, angle E will be equal to angle B, and angle D will be equal to angle F. So if they give a statement like that, from that we can find the corresponding sides and the corresponding angles. Now here B, C and then A. So similarity has been proved by AA. Now don't proceed with the sum without proving similarity, you will lose marks. Okay, now here we have to work on this part and this part. Okay, so they are corresponding sides. So here we now know DE, which is a DE was of 15. Okay, so now we can work with these two. These two are also corresponding sides, you see, ED and CA. So I can write 15 by 24 for the smaller triangle first. So DB first on the numerator and AB below. And we are asked to find this ratio. So see, I already have the ratio. So here if you divide by a 3, it is 5 by 8. DB by AB. So DB is to AB is equal to 5 is to 8. So this sum will come for more marks. Okay, it will come for more marks. And note one thing, that we proved similarity twice and we use the properties of similarity here. Okay, so don't do the sum if without proving similarity, even if they are looking similar, you should not do it. Okay, so let us proceed to the next question. Next question is from tangents. So this is our next question, where O is the center, it is told that this line is the tangent at the point A. Find angle BDA. Let us first see what is BDA. So here is BDA is this angle, which is angle BDA is clearly angle BDA is equal to 90 degree. Why is it 90 degree? Give the reason. Angle in a semicircle is 90 degree, okay, or is a right angle, or is always 90, comes from the theorems of circles. Okay, BAD, that is this angle. Now if this is already 90, then angle BAD, for that we are going to do 90 minus 26, and that is a 64 degrees. Okay, so you can say triangle sum property. Okay, you can write like this, that's good enough. Okay, angle CAD, angle CAD is this angle, which is equal to 26. Now the theorem behind it is angle in the opposite segment, comes from your circles and tangents chapter. Angle in opposite segment, if you write only this much, it is more than enough. We are basically hinting at the theorem. Okay, angle in the opposite segment. Fourth is the angle ODB. Angle ODB is again at 26 degree, because this part is equal to this, the other radii. So you can say isosceles triangle. Okay, so you can say this is 26 degree, this much. So ODB is a 26 degree. So that is all. This sum can also come for a good number of marks. So it has come in 2023. Let's do the next. Okay, So this is our next question, which is a question, as you can see, it is a question from mensuration. Now, a solid with a hemispherical base. This is the solid whose base is a hemisphere and the top is a conical top is immersed in a cylinder of water. Radius of the hemisphere. Now, radius of this hemisphere has been given as a 7 and the height of the cone is a 4, and here the radius of this cylinder is a 14. Okay, so radius of the cylinder is a 14 and the dimensions of this has been given. What is the rise in water level? Basically what we have to do is we have to equate the volume of this solid to the water that has risen. Okay, the volume of water that has risen. So what we will do is 1/3 pi r square h. Now the question is, what we will do is 1/3 pi r square h. Which r and which h? It is the radius of this hemisphere. Okay, we are basically, this is the volume of the cone. It is a solid cone, so this is volume of a cone. 1/3 pi r square h, and h is the height of the cone, plus 4/3 is the volume of the full sphere. This is 2/3 pi, okay, 2/3 pi r cube. Okay, these two r's are same. For the cone and the hemisphere, the r's are same, so don't worry. That is equal to volume of the water level that is risen. From here to here is the rise. This distance will take as an x. Okay, so here this becomes, now for a cylinder, pi r square, r for the cylinder is a 14, so straight away to avoid all confusions I am writing a 14 square, and h is an x. So we don't have any trouble with any variables. Okay, nothing is getting repeated. Get the pi's out. Very first thing, throw out the pi's. Second thing is r square, so I'll get the r square here out, and by 3. Okay, so here h plus 2r. That finishes the left hand side. This is 14 square into x. Now see how easily we do this calculation. This r, what is the value of this r? The radius of the cone is a 7. So 7 square by 3, here it is 4 plus 14. Okay, that is 14 square into x. Only variable in this sum now is x. Rest everything we have filled up. This is 7 square by 3 into 18 is 14 square into x. So let's carry on. 6 into, I will not do any multiplications. Note this, not a single multiplication, no single rough work anywhere. Okay, 7 2s are 14, 7 2s are 14, this 2 3. So x is equal to 3 by 2, 1.5 centimeter. Means rise in water level is a 1.5 centimeter. That is it. So this is our next question. The triangle is given like this. Find the coordinates of the point D, and D is the midpoint. Okay. So, and find the equation of the median AD. When they say median, we have to know that D is actually the median, even if they don't mention. So if this D is the midpoint, in that case, coordinates xy of D, what is it? Using midpoint formula, okay, of coordinate geometry, 0 minus 6 by 2, which is a minus 3, y is equal to 4 plus 4 by 2, which is a 4. So dxy, now it becomes like this. One side is 1 minus 1, this is a, and d becomes how much? D becomes minus 3 comma 4. These are the coordinates. So first point is solved. So now we have to find the equation of AD. In order to find the equation of AD, what we can do is, in order to find the equation of AD, what we can do is, first thing, y is equal to mx plus c. Let us substitute any one point for y and x, which is minus 1 m, because we have to find two things, m and x. There are many ways of finding this. This is one of the ways. So x is the 1 into 1 plus c. So m plus c is equal to minus 1, or m is equal to, so this is one equation. The second equation, again y is equal to mx plus c, y can be written as a 4 and minus 3x plus c. Okay, so we can again write minus 3m, sorry, minus 3m, we are substituting in place of x. Okay, so here what we will do, c is equal to minus 3m. For c we will put minus m minus 1, minus m minus 1, which is minus 4m minus 1, which is 4. Okay, so minus 4m is equal to 5, m is equal to minus 5 by 4. Okay, now this we are going to put here. Now remember one thing, when we have two unknown variables, we need to find two unknowns, we have to form two equations. So one of the equation is this, the other equation is this. We got two equations using both the values of x and y, both the values, both the coordinates. Okay, now m is equal to minus 5 by 4. Now what we will do is, we will substitute it here, minus 5 by 4 plus c, minus 5 by 4 plus c is equal to minus 1, c is equal to 5 by 4 minus 1, which is 1 by 4. Okay, so we got c, we got m, then what is y is equal to minus 5 by 4 x plus 1 by 4, which is 4y plus 5x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, because we take the LCM for this side, this is our final equation of AD. So equation of AD is here. So we have an AP here. Which term of the AP? And the AP is given as 15, then 30, then 45, then 45, then 60, dot 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 is 300. Now they want which term of the AP is 300. Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1d. Okay, a is 15 plus n is what we have to find, and d is 15. Okay, 15 plus 15n minus 15, and this side is 300. So 15 and this cancels, 15n, this is 300, n is equal to 20. So the 20th term is 300. Now find the sum of all the terms of the AP. That means till 20 terms. Okay, so till 20 terms we have to find the sum of 20 terms, n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d is our formula. So can I write straight 10 here? 2a, that is a 30, plus this is a 19, so you can take these shortcuts, okay, into 15. Now 10, this is 30 plus 19 into 15, 285. Okay, so 10 into 315, 3150 is the sum. Okay, sum of all the terms of the AP. The fourth, sixth and the last term of the GP are 10, 40 and, so this is a GP. So I have taken one sum from AP, one from GP, one from tangents, one from mensuration as you saw, and then one I took from similarity. Till now we have done that. Okay, so fourth, sixth and last terms is, so T4 a to the power r n minus 1, okay, and is 10. So 10 is equal to a r cube, and 40, this is Tn. Now 40 is the sixth term, a r to the power 5. Now, and the last term of the GP is 640. Okay, so let us first divide this by this. Okay, so this is equation 2 and this is equation 1. So dividing 2 by 1. So if I divide, what will happen is, here AR cube, which is 40 by 10, this gets cancelled, r square is a 4, r is equal to 2. R is actually plus minus 2, but they said common ratio is positive, so we will take only r as 2. Now find the first term. Now here we got r is equal to 2. Let us put it in any one of the, so we'll put it here, a, this is 2 cube, so the first term is 10 by 8, okay, which is 5 by 4. That is my first term. So here we have one answer, here we have one answer. The next part is find the number of terms if the last term is 640. So 640, again in the same formula, A is 5 by 4 and R is 2, R to the power n minus 1, because they are asking for the number of terms, we have to find the value of n. So here what we can do is maybe cancel with the 5. So 2 to the power n minus 1 is 4 into 64 into 2. Yeah, why I split it is, it's going to be easier for me. This is 2 to the power 6, 2 to the power 7, 2 to the power 8 and 2 to the power 9. 2 to the power 9, 2 to the power n minus 1. Okay. So n minus 1 is equal to 9, n is equal to 10. The GP has 10 terms because 640 was the last term. So this is the method you will have to remember. These are some straight from quadratic equation. As you can see, when they say answer correct to one decimal place and all that, when they are talking about decimals, don't try middle term at all, because this is an indication that you are not going to get whole number values. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to x square plus 4x minus 8 is equal to 0, x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the formula for finding any, whether the equation can be factorized by splitting the middle term or not. This formula can be used for everything. So it is safe to use this formula, minus b, which is a minus 4 plus minus, this is a 16 minus 4 into a, which is a 1, and c is a minus 8, so into 8 by 2, which is minus 4 plus minus, and this is 32 plus 16, which makes it a 48 here by 2. So this is minus 2 plus minus, I can write it as a 16 into 3 inside the root sign. So 4 root 3 by 2, which is minus 2 plus minus 2 root 3. Now here starts our sum. If they have told so clearly correct to one decimal place, we'll have to be very careful. Okay, correct to one decimal place is what? This sum anybody can do. But now what is important in this sum is first value of x minus 2 plus 2 root 3 minus 2 plus 2 into 1.732. They said you can see the table if you want, but if we for root 3 we don't need the table. Minus 2 plus this is 4, 6, 14, 3 point this. So that comes to how much? 1.464, which is equal to, now here is important, you have to round it off and bring it to one decimal place, not that you remove this and bring it to one decimal place. Correct means after rounding off it should come to the first decimal place, which is clearly 1.5. Now we go for the second one, similar way, 2 into 1.732, no time to waste here, just put this value 3.464 because you have once already multiplied, minus 5.464, which is equal to, now that is equal to, if I round off I get minus 5.5. okay, so my two answers for this quadratic equation, one is 1.5, or you must write or in quadratic equation, not and, okay, because it is one at a time. Either you put 1.5 in both the places and it will satisfy the equation, or you put minus 5.5 in both the places, then also it will satisfy. If you write and, it means you put 1.5 here and you put 5.5 here, which is wrong. So always or, if they want they can cut marks if you have written an and. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Now the next question is going to be a quadratic equation form problem sum question. Very, very important. This type is always asked. Okay, don't go to the exam without knowing this. Now this is our next question. A man covers a distance of 100 kilometers traveling with uniform speed of x. So the man is going 100 kilometers. Okay, 100 kilometers, that is from A to B. And he goes at a speed of x kph. And had the speed been 5 kilometers per hour more, means covering the same distance only, but then had the speed been x plus 5 kph, then the it would have been 1 hour less. Then he would have taken more the speed, less the time. So 1 hour less time would be taken in this case. So here how much is the time? So if we use distance is equal to speed into time, this formula, then distance is 100 and speed is an x into time. So t1, let me take this original time as 100 by x, and in this case t2 is 100 by x plus 5 clearly. Okay, so it is a x plus 5. Now which is a bigger time? Naturally this is a bigger time, this is a smaller time. Now even if you don't have a question like this, they can ask you in the MCQ which is a bigger time. Now bigger the denominator, okay, 5 by 10 and 5 by 11, which is bigger? It is always 5 by 10 is bigger. Why? 5 kg cake has been cut into 10 parts, 5 kg cake has been cut into 11 parts. Here only you get a bigger piece, remember. So always smaller the denominator, bigger the number. So even if you don't have a question supporting it like that, they ask in an MCQ or something, you should be able to tell this is the bigger number, and that should always come in front. So 100 by x minus 100 by x plus 5. So this smaller one comes later always. Don't do the mistake of putting this in front that many people do, and the whole sum goes wrong in spite of knowing everything, and that is equal to 1. Now why we are taking 1 straight is because it is 1 hour, and not just that, the speed is also in kilometer per hour. That is why we can take it like that. So here we'll take the 100 out, and then simple question, okay, we are going to take an LCM of x into x plus 5, and this is a very simple solution. Okay, all these sums you have to always take this number out. You keep this number inside, no, it creates a lot of problem. So here cancel this out. Now how much do we get? We get a 500 this side, 500, and this side we get x square plus 5x, right? So we have to find x. Okay, so we have x square plus 5x. So x square plus 5x minus 500 is equal to 0. Okay, now don't waste time finding the factors, thinking of the factors. Simply do this 500 and see to it that all your numbers are prime. Sooner or later, first or later is okay, but all the numbers should be prime. So 20 and 5 and 4 and 2 and 2. I have got my factors ready. I'll do the combination. I can see 5 into 4, 20 and 25. X square plus 25x minus 20x minus 500 is equal to 0. Okay, x plus 25 minus 20 x plus 25 is equal to 0. Okay, so x plus 25 is equal to 0, x plus 25, x minus 20 is equal to 0, x is equal to 20 because we can't take minus 25. So x is equal to 20. So what is the speed? The speed is, this is a very common question in SSC, okay, please do all the types, you have lots in the textbook. So x, original speed, they want original speed, x is equal to 20 kph. Please give the units. Okay, so let's move on to the next question now. Next question, Salman deposits 1000 every month in an RD, recurring deposit, for 2 years. He receives 26,000 on maturity. Find the total interest and the rate of interest. So this is a very direct question, and RD questions are, banking questions are generally direct. Okay, so in 2 years, that is, how much is the total money that he has given? Okay, total money that he has given is clearly total amount deposited in 2 years. That is 24 into 1000, because 2 years, 24 months, 2, 4, 24,000. Okay, he gets back 26,000. Therefore, interest is clearly 26,000 minus 24,000, which is equal to 2,000 rupees. That is our first answer. That is our first answer. The total interest is clearly a 2,000, and the rate of interest. Now the rate of interest we have to find using the formula. Now for that rate of interest, we'll be using the formula for RD, which is, what is the formula for RD? Okay, so let's see how we use that formula. So interest is equal to, for recurring deposit, P n plus 1 by 12 into R by 100. Please learn up this formula, there is no other option. Here I'll write 2000. Okay, so I'll write 2000, that is the interest over here, and P is the total amount P is the amount deposited per month, which is 1000. N is the number of months, which is 24 and then 25. And then R we don't know. We'll put the 100 here, 12 here, and the 2 here. This is our formula. So everything has been substituted now. N is the number of months, P is the monthly amount that he is giving, he is depositing, R is the rate of interest per annum. Okay, let me cancel 3 zeros out. Okay, this 12 and 2 with the 24, 25, and I can do this. So rate is equal to clearly 8%. Okay, rate is a 8%. Okay, one last question. This is our last 10th question. Okay, company with 500 shares. Now this, listen carefully, what is shares and dividends? Okay, I shall share a separate video on this. Now if a company wants to grow, this company will give out some shares. Shares means the company is trying to collect money in order for it to grow. So it says every share I am giving out at 120 rupees. Okay, means you pay me 120 and you become a shareholder in the company. Okay, so he sells many shares. How many did he sell? He sold 500. Now these people who buy directly from the company are now when these shares are bought directly from the company, it is called the nominal value. That's the nominal value. And the company declares a dividend of 15%. That is, if anybody buys 120 rupee share, every year he gets 15% of 120 as a dividend. Okay, and he also has a share in the company. Calculate the total dividend paid by the company. Now the big question is, what is the total dividend that is paid by the company? Okay, so the total dividend, when they ask like this, they are trying to say in 1 year what is the total dividend. So what is the total? There is no requirement of any formula, please understand. Nominal value. Total nominal value is 500 into 120. Okay, total nominal value is 500 into 120. This is the amount of money that he has sold shares of. So this is 60 and 3 zeros. Okay, so and now 15% of the total nominal value. Remember, dividend is always calculated on the nominal value and never on the market value. Okay, so this is how much? So the company paid a dividend of 9,000 rupees. Okay, a total dividend of 9,000 rupees has been paid. Now, as I was talking about that, the company has given out 120 rupees share to many shareholders. Those were the nominal value. And now they say annual income of Mr. Sharma, who holds 80 shares, or if the return percent of Mr. Sharma is this, find the market value. When is market value coming into play? Now these people who bought at 120, they will not keep the share with themselves. They will sell it further to people. Okay, but this time they will not sell it to people at 120 anymore. They will maybe sell it at 150. So now 150 or 180 or 200, as the market says. Okay, if the market is very good, they will be able to sell at a higher price. So they will sell it at a higher price, more than 120. That becomes the market value. Okay, so now we have done the first question, what amount the company is paying. Now annual income of Mr. Sharma, who holds 80 shares, you have to calculate the annual income of Mr. Sharma who holds 80 shares. Now if he is holding 80 shares, then annual income is 80 shares, means 80 into 120 is his total nominal value. Okay, you don't need a formula for that, and 15% of that. Okay, so you get 15 into 96, and that is equal to 1440 rupees. Okay, rupees 1440 is the annual income of Mr. Sharma, because he is earning this from dividends. If the return percent of Mr. Sharma from these shares is 10%, find the market value. Now this is where the problem starts. Okay, if the return percent is 10%, find the market value. That means Mr. Sharma is getting 10% back on his investment. We don't know his investment. So 10% of the investment means his market value. Okay, the value at which he has bought the shares. 10% of it is equal to his return. And what is his return? He got 1440, right? That was his return. So 1440, you can even take this as x. So the market value, now will cancel here, and market value comes to 14400, right? So but then this is his total market value, that is the amount he has spent on all 80 shares, to buy all 80 shares. Therefore market value of one share, okay, when they ask you find the market value, when they just leave it like that, find the market value, what they want to tell is market value of one share. Okay, so you have to divide by 80 because he had bought 80 shares. Okay, so that gives me 180. So 180 rupees 180 is the total, is the market value of one share. So the sum was not difficult. What was difficult was this part. Okay, till here you will get very easily this part, understanding this part. Now one thing I want to tell, in this chapter, that is the chapter of shares and dividends, the language is very important. Okay, now like something like here, paid by the company, this is important. Okay, on his return, if the return of 10%, then every language in this sum, so you have to read these sums few times and understand. So this is it. Okay, so these were my sums, the 10 previous year's questions from for 10th standard syllabus. Okay, so if you have liked the video, do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and also leave a comment behind, so that I just love to read your comments. Thanks all of you. Bye then.